Okay, hi everybody. This is Tracy. I'm the community manager from One Block, and after our Polkadot Hackathon Bangkok station, it's been a week, and we are going to invite our team that enter finals to briefly introduce themselves and the project. So today we'll welcome the Cyferio Hub team, and Movement will go to introduce yourself and the project.
Awesome. Thank you, Tianzhu. Thanks for having us. We are from Cyfer Lab, and we're building Cyfer Hub in this hackathon. So my name is Movan. I mostly work on the FHE and cryptography things in this project. And my teammate, Henry Liu, he's like rollup expert, and he's like previously the core contributor of Sovereign SDK, and is working mostly on the blockchain structure in this project. And another Henry is our I think COO. Yeah, he helped us do a lot of operation stuff. Okay, so let me dig into what the Cyfer Hub did. So we aim to unlock massive confidential applications on Polkadot, and also the broader blockchain ecosystem, with it being a rollup router that can connect all of the existing rollups or newly created FHE rollup to the existed ecosystem. For example, maybe Moonbeam or like Akala in Polkadot, or you can connect to Ethereum, you can connect to Solana as well. Yeah, so that's what we did, and we want to routing all of the applications to all different ecosystem at the same time, so that it can achieve cross-chain settlement, cross-chain interoperability, and also allow users to seamlessly using confidential applications on every ecosystem. Yeah, so that's what we did. That's what we aim to do, and we also do some MVP in the hackathon. So it's really nice to have this opportunity to build this thing.
Cool. Then from what I'm understanding, so you choose the track 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Track 3.
So after the hackathon we just finished like weeks ago. So do you have any progress till now?
Yeah. So actually, this is a ongoing project. So we definitely have some specific goal for each month. So one key thing I would like to mention is that we want to enhance the robustness of the FHE key security. So what does that mean? So currently, if you want to use confidential applications, user have to encrypt their privacy data with the FHE public key, and the node in the rollup will store the FHE private key fragment. And whenever the user needs to decrypt their private information, they would do a MPC ceremony to securely decrypt the ciphertext. So you can see that the nodes in the rollup, or the nodes that store the FHE private key fragment, is really important, because you need to make sure they are not collude with each other, so that it won't it can protect users' private information. Yeah. So I think there's a really well-known company called Zama in FHE field, and they've been building a really robust protocol for FHE key management, and we are currently working on the integration with it to further secure our Cyfer SDK's security on FHE. Yeah.
Also, the FHE security key is stored on Zama, no?
Yeah, and since they are the largest company now, I think in the Web3 space that are doing FHE, and they tend to provide these solutions for all of the existed FHE projects like Phoenix, like Inco, maybe Mind Network, and providing this service to help them to provide them a much more robust protocol for FHE key management. And we also want to integrate that into the Cyferio Hub, Cyferio SDK, so that if user or the developers want to use our SDK to start a FHE rollup, their ciphertext, their FHE ciphertext will be secure and guaranteed by the service of Sama. Yeah, and there will also be another like big engineering milestone for us as well.
So the security will be is like one of the biggest like selling points of Cyfer Hub, from what I'm saying. So
yeah, I think that will be the critical point for all of the confidential applications that use FHE to actually go to mainnet, because if your like private information can be easily hacked or collude by the nodes that have private key, that means it's not safe, right? So you need this security protocol be really robust to make the user feel like, okay, my private information is safe on chain with their protocol in FHE format.
Okay, then you mentioned you choose the track 3, so it's to use the Polkadot SDK to build a chain. So why why do you choose a Polkadot ecosystem? Like, why do you think the Polkadot SDK is compatible for like the idea of your projects, like Cyfer Hub?
So actually, it's a fun story. We've been through a lot of experiments, and finally we pick to use Substrate, pick Polkadot ecosystem. So as we know, like many current FHE schemes, they are much more support to 64-bit ISA. So, but like Cosmos or you are writing pellets in Polkadot, most of the time you tend to use that Watson 32 bits, right? So it is not that compatible, and it's not the support with the FHE scheme we are used to develop those confidential applications. So that's why we think about, okay, another choice will be Cosmos, and they are not using Rust, and most of the FHE scheme are using Rust right now to develop. So we think that, okay, Substrate might be a really good choice since the language are the same, are both of them are Rust, and we can combine them natively. And here comes to another problem that I just mentioned, the architecture stuff. So in order to match the architecture, we cannot directly implement the confidential feature inside the palette. We have to choose like using rollup to do the FHE thing, to do the confidential things, and then we choose the existed Polkadot parachains as our DA layer and settlement layer for that specific FHE rollup. Yeah. So in this way, we can first achieve much more customization for the developers, for them to have the right to design their own gas fee design, and also maybe they want much more performance. They can add more sequencer to it, and to make it much more faster and parallel. And the second would be it solves the problem that you have to develop on the palette. So it's now much more flexible, and you can do all of the FHE computations on the rollup and then you just have to, process the transaction block, and store the result in the DA. And in this case, is the Polkadot parachain. Yeah.
Then what inspires you to build a Cyferio Hub? What's your ideas comes from?
Yeah, so our team actually met in a NPC and FHE workshop at the first. Yeah, 3 of us met each other at that workshop. So I think all of us are really interested about the application type, the new flavor that FHE can bring to the on-chain dApps. Yeah. So think about it. So if you are building you're sending transaction, that's the most simple use case. So on-chain transactions, most of the time, the price, the amount that you transfer to other people is plain text. So you can see that, everybody can see that. So today, if Vitalik transfer 1 ETH to me, everybody will know, and everybody will go to my address and find out, who I am, and maybe try to send me some scam coin to try to scam me. And this can be somewhat dangerous for those famous people or people with high stack of assets. But with confidential use case, it's a different story, that the amount that you transfer to other people is encrypted. So for the people who don't have the private key to decrypt that amount, to decrypt that encrypted amount, they don't know how much money you send to other people. So they will only see that, okay, Vitalik sent to this young boy, a really long string, and I don't even know what that means. It's just some random numbers. But to me and Vitalik, we have a consensus that, okay, because we have the right to ask the nodes to decrypt those, random bits, random numbers. So we know, okay, Vitalik is then sending me 1 ETH through the confidential transfer. Yeah, that will be the first step of the confidential application, that you can hide something really sensitive on chain, and at the same time remain the sensitive information's computability, so that my balance can be increased by that random string, and Vitalik's balance can be decreased by that random bit or random string. Yeah. So we can go far more from this to dark pool, to private governance on chain, or one thing I found really interesting is that privacy preserving version of Poly Market. In the when you bet on the prediction result, you can just encrypt that. So no one will see that which bet you make, but it is actually exists on chain, and the result will reveal once the predict result is being settled. And at the time, everybody know, okay, who'd you vote for? What's the percentage? So for the user, you are not tend to be affected by the others, and you won't be judged by the preference you have in this prediction. Yeah. So that's some really interesting story. So that's how we met, and we both think this thing has potential. So we dig into it, and we try some MVP to find out the best way to make all of the blockchain ecosystem can embrace this new flavor of application type.
Yeah, impressive. Then for the Cyferio Hub, do you have any plans, either technical plans or any marketing plans? As you mentioned probably maybe do some like predictions in the future? Like,
Uh,
what's the plans in general? Like, do you have any plans?
Yeah. So, like I said previously, the security of FHE key management protocol is a key issue. So we will tend to solve that first. And also, in speed wise, we're doing experiments with GPU, and we want to make the FHE transaction speed much more faster. So the current TPS will be like I think around 10 TPS per confidential transactions. And with GPU's acceleration and much more parallel architecture, like I said, you can add more sequencer if you want more TPS. So we're currently benchmarking this, and we think that the result can be increased by 1 or 2 magnitude. Yeah. So that's something we are excited about. And also on the marketing side, since this project is like, it's more infra, right? It's infra project. So having a ecosystem that built on top of this infra is really important to us. So if we, we are planning to like have teams that try to build confidential applications to use use Cyfer Hub, use Cyfer SDK to create their own applications. So that's what we're currently doing. And once their progress is much more mature, I think we'll have more marketing plan at the time. Yeah.
Cool. Then the last question is going to be like how do you feel about the hackathon, or like in general, do you have anything to say to developers that are willing to like join our hackathon probably next year? Like, do you have anything to say to them?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so actually one fun fact is that Henry Liu, one of our team members, he joined a Polkadot Hackathon before. I think it's the first Polkadot Hackathon, if I remember that correctly. So, after all these years, we're back, but with different topic. He with different teammates, and we can still feeling the magic of it. When the time that I think it's you or another member announced that, okay, Cyfer Hub won the first prize. Like, my teammate Henry Liu is like, he cannot believe it. So I think he's really excited as well about this. So that's some magic about hackathons, that you got some ideas and you have the place to just try it out, and also has some nice judges to find out that, okay, whether your thoughts is viable, whether the market will take it or not, and to give you some feedback. And after all that, you can, if you're doing great, you can still get a nice reward from the hackathon. So it's a really nice chance for you to test out your ideas, and in a really short time. So I would say to all of the developers that, if you want, just join the Polkadot Hackathon. And one of the advantage I think that Polkadot Hackathon has is it has many tracks, right? So I think in every track, in every kind of application type, whether you're building DeFi, you're building infra, you're building some much more cutting edge things, you can always find a correct track in Polkadot Hackathon. And the prize reward, I think it's more than enough to support you to the next step. Yeah. So really appreciate the chance. I think my teammate and I are, although it's after a week, we're still really excited about it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Nguyen. Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing your progress, and probably maybe seeing you next year. next like Polkadot Hackathon. Yeah. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Movement, thank you, Henry, and thank you, Cyfer Hub team. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.